let it bang, bang.
Okay, so here I missed one line. If the pivot it is at its right, and if we find any elements so that we have to swap it, then at last we have to shift the pivot to the left. So the one line we have missed here is we have to make sure that now pivot is at its left. So in on one iteration the pivot element will be same. For example, in this case it is 5. So whatever the index will be, the pivot will be the same. Okay, so now we can simply go to the function of quicksort. Let's make a function of quicksort. Definition quicksort, and here we have to pass the array and the left and the right. Okay, so now we can check if there is some value. If we do not have, if the left and right coincide, or if at last they come like 2 or 3 and there will be no partition, so we have to stop the iteration process. So there must be some elements for the iteration or partition to continue. For example, if there is no elements, so the iteration process or the partition should not take place. So we have to write a condition if left is less than right here, so we do not have to iterate it, else we have simply have to create a partition. Let's create a partition, and then we will go with the quicksort recursive calling. So we will now write here quicksort, giving the array and the left, and as the pivot is sorted we do not have to uh, include it in the iteration process. For example, in the first iteration the pivot it is at its right position at last, so we do not have to include pivot in every iteration. It is already at its right position. So here we can write another loop by writing p plus 1 and it's to the right. So simply these lines will compile the quicksort code, and now we have to, instead of calling the partition function, we have to simply call quicksort, and here we have to return the pivot. So now by just simply these changes we are ready for to run our quicksort code. So let's run it. We will write, let's close the console and run it again. Let's just give 3, 2, 1 and 4 and 5. Okay, we have not printed it. Let's print somewhere my array. Now run it. We will give 3, 2, 1, 4 and 5. Now we can see that our array is sorted by quicksort. So in order you to see how it is working, you can print in the certain lines, or print here how partition is taking place. So in this way you will get a more idea on how this quicksort is working. For example, you can write here print array left and the right. A better way will be array. Here you can write the left and the right, and here after the partition you can see what is the pivot here, and what is the array, new array. And here you can give some lines to separate it. Now you can see some things very clearly how this is happening. So here we can see, oh, okay, So we have to give here left, and here we have to give right, and yeah, now we can go. Let's run it, and now we can find that 3. Let's kill the console and run it again, and here we can run 3, 2, 1, 4, and 5. And now we can see that in the first we have our original array, and here the left and right is 4. The new array, the pivot, it is at its right position, and the pivot index is 2. And now in the second iteration we can see that 1 is the at its right position, and 1 is the pivot. So here you can see that now it is the first partition, and this is the second partition. If you can see it, it is from 3 to 4. So by the partition is created, the first partition, and here it is the first partition, and it is the second partition. And in the second partition, the pivot, it is at its right position, and in this way it is sorted. So like this quick sort works. See you at the next lecture.
Let it bang, bang.